Hello everybody, Dr. Bakes here, back with a review for y'all. And today, we have another counter for y'all. It's been a while since I did a counter here on the channel. You have another one here. So one that's been in the works for a little while there. Now everybody, as y'all know, recent months everybody have been getting back to watching Death Battle there, but to reaction videos stuff like there, but and I reaction videos back in the day there, and this video is all about Death Battle. Even before I uploaded videos, everybody, I was a fan of Death Battle there. The Battle became one of my favorite shows to watch on YouTube there, one of my favorite shows in the world to watch on the internet there, but it's past December, March, their 10-year anniversary, and their upcoming season is going to be celebrating the 10 years that they've had the show in production there. Well, the new season just right around the corner here. I want to make sure I have a couple of countdowns dedicated to Death Battle there. Celebrate the 10-year anniversary by. And everyone, Death Battle's had a pretty good track record of having enjoyable episodes there, being accurate with fights there. However, that being said, with it being with the show with Death Battle being around for 10 years there, they've had some blunders there, but well, I do feel like there are definitely a lot more majority episodes that are enjoyable, and the research was well accurate there. There was a good number. There's still a good number of episodes that Death Battle missed the ball on here. So everybody, before we look at the best episodes, everybody, we're gonna take a look at some of the worst ones made from Death Battle for the past 10 years or so. Everyone, just a couple days before we get to the list here. Number one, of course, this is just my personal opinion here. So there are 8 fights I have admit. There are 8 fights I did not bring up here. You think should be on the list there, or ones that you enjoyed there. That's fine, but be respectful that it counts there if you disagree with my opinion there. Second, of course, everybody, I'll be judging this through different categories. Everybody, of course, the big thing, of course, being research there. So, because the first show there, try their best to make the most accurate research possible for who would win a fight there and stuff like that. Also, be other factors as well there, such as entertainment value of the episode, animations for the fights, and guys, kind of the relevancy for the episodes there. See how it holds up there today, and if Death Battle should do a revisit of the episode. I'll be going over if Death Battle should be doing a revisit of these episodes here. So, one last thing, everybody, is that there was a brief that I did take. There was a little break. There was a break, for a time period where I had a break for watching Death Battle there because I got busy. With other stuff there, I didn't have time to watch a show there. So, and it was only until October 2020 that I recently started back to the show. But around late 2017, there was a time period where I didn't watch the episodes. So there were episodes that, at least from late 2017 to late 2020, that aren't here on the worst list or the best list I haven't come out there. And simply because I haven't had a chance to see them yet. Well, I have been catching up on. Really, I have been following my reactions there. I have been catching up on different episodes there. There's still a good chunk of episode Death Battle that I missed out during my time for taking a break. I still got to catch up on. So, can I go back to? Can I go back to the first thing there, buddy? So there are 8 fights that aren't on here. They should be on here. There's the factor is I haven't seen the episode itself there to properly judge it there myself. So, anyways, everybody, that's all the quick notifications for how the things are going down for the list, everybody. So without further ado, let's go get right to the list, everybody. Take a look at my picks for the top 5 worst episodes of Death Battle. Now, everyone, number 5, everybody, should be not that much of a surprise to y'all for those of you who have been following Death Battle there. Death Battle's history there, and for some of my long-time subscribers there. So I did a rant video on one of these episodes back in the day there, so There, well, number 5 is technically a 2-for-1 episode there, as number 5 is going to be Goku vs. Superman episodes 1 and 2 there. So, now everyone, I'm going to try my best not to be too long on this here, since a lot of other people have already broken down. So a lot of other people have already talked about this fight. Both versions of Goku and Superman to death here. So, and there are several videos on the internet debunking the information on both episodes here and stuff like that, so... So I'll just do a quick summary of... I will see we go over the episode there and stuff like that, and why they're on the list, so... Everybody, Goku vs. Superman has been without one of the top, if not the most talked about versus debate battle since the beginning of the versus debate there between two fictional characters and whatnot. So and there are different people arguing with different sides there. People arguing for Goku to win the matchup, and people arguing for Superman to win the match. Why Superman would win the match between two of them there. So a Dead Battle first story out there. This was definitely at the time their most requested episode to do there. And by the beginning of 2013, they managed to around the end of 2012 there, they made the announcement there that they would be doing the episode as a wrap out their first season of the show there. Sorry for burping, everyone had some food not too long ago. I'll keep it under control here, but anyways, around the beginning of 2013, that they had to release the episode there. And viewership wise, it was a big hit it was definitely a big hit there. It becoming the most reviewed episode of Death Battle to date there for the Death Battle back then. Screw Attack there, YouTube channels. So, but reception wise there, well, it was rather mixed there. Well, there were definitely individuals that did have an issue with the outcome of the fight there. There were also a good number of individuals that had disagreed with the outcome and the research there. Everybody when the first episode came out, everybody didn't necessarily mind too much there, but after looking at different videos there, after the first episode, Goku first man dropped there, I do, feel like there's probably a lot of misinformation there. But not necessarily too much of Superman's in there. But they definitely did a lot of misinformation on Goku there, heavily downplayed there and stuff like that. Felt like it should put about more fight. Should put more of a fight against Superman there. So, I guess over hiccup everybody. I'll try to keep it under control here, but see, I wouldn't go as far as say Dead Battle was biased against Goku or anything like that there, but they did heavily downplay him there. So. Plus, it wouldn't be that long before that episode would become irrelevant there, since it's later in 2013, as you all know, but around August there, we ended up having the release of the new Dragon Ball movie, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, where it introduced a new transformation for Goku, being Super Saiyan God, and introduced new characters such as Beerus and Whis there, and opened up the doors for Dragon Ball to be multiverse instead of just one singular universe. So, granted, it would be explored a little later on there, but we'll get into that in a bit there. But with the introduction of new transformation there, it really sparked the debate of Goku vs. Superman there. Then around 2 years later, our Dragon Ball movie got released there. That'd be Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, where we saw the return of Frieza there. Frieza got a new transformation there. And Goku and Vegeta managed to get a new transformation as well there. Transformed to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Later renamed Super Saiyan Blue for, well, short namesake there. But basically the whole concept, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan is, Super Saiyan transformation there, but with God Ki, and transformation that's stronger than the base Super Saiyan God form. So the introduction of those two transformations there, of course, they really sparked the debate there for Goku vs. Superman there, and Dead Battle and decided to tackle tackling Goku for Superman once again there around 2015 for the Super Attack gaming convention there. They announced that Death Battle would be preparing to go for Superman 2 there with the introduction of the Super Saiyan transformation there. And from what they saw in the preview there was be a different version of Superman there, as the first episode focused on post-Crisis Superman there. Well, the preview of the second episode there would focus on New 52 Superman there. Now, for those of you who don't know too much about, different version of comic book characters there, basically there are different versions of each character there that represents different eras there. Sable post-Crisis Superman there represents Superman after the events of Infinite Crisis there, the big comic book event DC had back in the day to celebrate their 50th anniversary there. And that was the version of Superman that lasted until the late 2000s, early 2010s, where DC will have a reboot the comics there, the New 52 from after the events of the Flashpoint storyline there, and that was the current version of Superman that was around that time period there. However, once the episode dropped there, it was even bigger blunder compared to the first episode there, as Screw Attack pretty much doubled down on what they said the first episode there, where Goku pretty much had no chance against Superman there to fight. Plus, they ended up doing something that would kind of would set a little bit standard for some fights for Death Battle there. Not all, but some there. That'd be where they use a composite version there, where they pretty much combined post-Crisis Superman and New 52 Superman there, pretty much factored both their feats there. People felt like this was an unfair advantage of Superman there, and it was should focus on specific version, should focus on New 52 version rather than fully the feats of both post-Crisis and New 52 Superman in the fight there. Plus, a good number of people felt like, even before going to the episode, a good number of people expressed opinions that Death Battle rushed doing another go for Superman there, as it was only about 2-year time span we saw new 2-year transformation there. We didn't know much about for Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, which we did not know the fullest extent of powers, power capabilities of Goku and Vegeta and other characters that were able to get that be around that same power level until after the fight there, we wouldn't know until after that episode Go for Superman got dropped there, and Dragon Ball Super started to premiere there, and read the retellings of Battle Gods and Resurrection F. What I mentioned this before here was one part in the Rebel Super Anime there where Goku and Beerus are strong enough to cause shockwaves throughout their entire universe there. That was playing Goku around universal level there. And this was a God form when he first transformed into it there. And getting stronger after that point, so. Or the episode of Death Battle there, for some reason they said Goku wasn't strong enough to destroy an entire planet, which felt like it was very weird for them to state that there when even before Goku first made there. I remember in their episode they did Vegeta vs. Shadow there, so Vegeta was strong enough to destroy a planet there, and weaker transformations, that means Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 1.5 there, and Super Saiyan 2. And everyone keep in mind that was around the end of Dragon Ball Z there, long before Dragon Ball franchise came back thanks to Battle of Gods. So it made no sense that Vegeta, a weaker transformation, would destroy entire planets, but Goku, there's new ones there that and in theory should be more powerful, aren't strong enough to destroy entire planets. So yeah, long story short, the research of the fights were definitely a big blunder there. Definitely some of the most outdated in terms of information, in terms of Death Battle's history. That's the big reason why the blunders of research for both episodes are on are at number 5 point there. Everyone, I'm not putting them up any higher on the list there because Ben, one of the co-creators of Death Battle, did release an article on Rooster Teeth there. It made faults to research errors of research there. For both the first and second episodes of first and second editions of Goku vs Superman there. And he did bring up that if they did decide to revisit the episode there, that they would be more accurate there, and it would possibly have a different outcome compared to what happened in those 2 fights there. And I have seen some more Reaps episodes of Death Battle there. Yeah, more specifically the more DBZ characters. Yeah, some of them being featured DBZ characters like Beerus, Dragon characters like Beerus and Broly from Dragon Ball Super Broly there. And I thought Death Battle did a pretty good job being accurate with how powerful both of those characters are there. So, showed a slight progression there, and they've learned their lesson. And I thought they are more accurate when it comes to how powerful characters from the Dragon Ball franchise are there. Plus, even though the research themselves are a big blunder there, the episodes are still somewhat entertaining there looking back on them. And fight animations are really well done. Now, granted, for Go for Superman there, the first one there, CGI is definitely outdated there, but it was only the second CGI fight that Death Battle did there. The first one being Link versus Cloud. Now they did a good job for one of their first CGI-based fights there. And while the second episode definitely had the wrong outcome there in terms of who should have won there, the fight animation itself was very well done there. So still very well done. It's still very good to looking back onto the day there. Now, as for whether Death Battle should revisit this fight between Goku versus Superman here, I mean, that's ultimately up to them. Me personally, I'd rather mix on there. I mean, on one hand, I would say yes, a lot has changed there since those 2 episodes there. That you got now more versions of Superman there in the comics, with it's DC did have another reboot there, so I had 2 different reboots happen there after they released the episode there. New 52 era is no longer around there. So plus, like I said before, Dragon Ball Super definitely explored more how powerful the Super Saiyan Guy and Super Saiyan Blue transformations are there, as well as introduce other transformations there. So for Goku and Vegeta, such as Vegeta there being full power Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku managed to implement Super Saiyan Blue with his Kaioken technique, as well as Goku transformed to unlocking the Ultra Instinct transformation there. So which are much more powerful than Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue there. So but on the other hand there, I mean, consider how much backlash Death Battle's gotten there. I mean, Go for Superman there is one of those versus battles there where it doesn't, where, you're gonna have one side mad over the other there, so that's, so, but it is part of the versus debate there, but Goku versus Superman there, definitely a very heated one compared to other versus the battles that have been debated when not there, so, but that's all left to them there, so, I think I just want to wait and see where time if Death Battle does decide to revisit Goku versus Superman there, so. But with the first 2 being some more most controversial and divisive episodes there, and with both episodes, outdated in terms of research there, and being accurate there for Goku, and some cases Superman there, definitely warrant a number 5 spot on the list here. So. Alright, now we're on to number 4, everybody. Next up will be Dante versus Bayonetta, everybody. Now, everyone, everyone felt, yeah, everyone Dante versus Bayonetta there. It was definitely one fight that I was looking forward to there, well, like I said, and well, the episode itself was entertaining there, and the fight was very well done in terms of animation there. I felt, my personal opinion there, I felt like Dead Battle picked the wrong person to win that fight there, you know. Don't get me wrong, Dante is a very powerful individual there, but Bayonetta is leagues above stronger than him. For those who have played Bayonetta's games there, she managed to throw away galaxies at. She fought the equivalent god in her universe there, and was strong enough to throw many galaxies at them. Dante, on the other hand, Dante, while he is strong there, he's around planetary. Well, he's around planetary, strong there. In terms of strength capabilities there. And Bayonetta just leagues above him that department there. Now, Dead Battle did state that the reason Dante did have an edge over Bayonetta was because of be a half-breed demon there. While I can see Dante having some advantages over Bayonetta there because of being a half-breed, while Bayonetta's a witch that, very powerful witch there. She's still human there, but I feel like the power scaling and the the differences in terms of how strong each character is. It's just too much of a difference there. I felt like Bayonetta should have easily won the fight against Dante there. And if you want more of a breakdown as to why Bayonetta should win, I highly recommend you check out Leopold and Bray's videos there. And he did do a couple of videos debunking that battle there. Plus, he did have his own versus show there where he had Sora versus Dante there. And he had Sora end up winning there as the winner there. Sora, and show evidence of Sora being around star level destruction there. Well, Dante was around planetary level, so. But despite the flawed research there, it's still an enjoyable episode there in terms of human value, and the fight was still very well animated there. So that was the reason why it's not necessarily that much higher on the list. Other number 4 there, so yeah. I went out to number 3, everybody. Now, I'm usually not the individual that accuses Dead Battle of being biased in different fights there. But if there was one fight that, if I had to say Death Battle was being a little bit biased in terms of, who's in the fight and whatnot there. The one fight I had to go to, Yang Xiaolong versus Tifa Lockhart. And when similar to Dante vs. Bayonetta, Go vs. Bayonetta, the fights that you had there today is still an entertaining episode to watch. And the fight was well animated there, but the research was not very well done, my personal opinion there. Let's keep in mind, everyone, this was Yang back when Ruby was in the first beginning phases there, so he still didn't really know how powerful she would get there, so that. And they had her up against Tifa Lockhart. And around the end of the final, I have a children time period there for Final Fantasy VII timeline there, so I felt like experience-wise there, it's definitely a mismatch there, since Tifa does have a lot more experience compared to Yang there. And while Yang was still, while Yang's very powerful there, early season of Ruby there, I feel like Tifa would have the edge in terms of strength and power against her there and stuff like that. But even just in order to research portion one, like I said, the reason why I bring up, this is probably the one fight I'd say Death Battle is at the very least a little bit biased in, was because this fight was released in around this time period there where Rooster Teeth was amidst its acquisition of Screw Attack there, which was the original home for Death Battle there before Screw Attack got bought out by Rooster Teeth there. Plus it had Yang's voice actress from the Ruby series voicing her in the episode there, so you factor all those in there by, well, is that factor all that stuff there by, well, it should maybe put 2 to 2 together and see who was gonna win the fight there. So now, everyone, before I get into this, everybody, I forgot to bring up where if I think Dead Battle should revisit Dante versus Bayonetta there. I do feel like eventually they will, forgot to do that. Everybody, sorry about that, but for Dante Bayonetta, I do think they will eventually have to revisit there, since we did have a new Devil May Cry game released there, Devil May Cry 5, and with Bayonetta 3 the works there, I do feel like they should revisit Dante vs. Bayonetta sometime in the future there. So yeah, once those games come out. As for Yang versus Tifa there, but I do feel like they should do a remake or revisit this fight here, but especially with Yang now getting a lot more experience as a fighter within the Ruby series. Plus with Final Fantasy VII recently coming back in the remake, and with more games playing out the remake there, do fight Death Battle should revisit Yang versus Tifa sometime in the future there. So I said still relatively entertaining episode there, fights well animated there, but because the research not be that good there, plus a little bit of biases there. I feel like Yang versus Tifa definitely warrants a spot here on the worst list, in my personal opinion, the number 3 spot. Everyone, now we're at number 2 here, now everybody. Everyone, if you had to ask me which versus fight caused more controversy, debate, aside from Goku versus Man there, well, there are a couple ones I can name there. The one that maybe come very close second to Goku versus Man, that there'd be the most controversial episode of Death Battle, that would be Gar versus Toph. So that one's similar to Goku versus Man there. This is Death Battle, kind of using a composite versions of Gar versus Toph there, instead of doing separate versions there. Everyone, my quick take on using composite versions of different characters there. I personally prefer if they just focus on one specific. Well, if first the show is focus on one specific version of a character there. But I feel like they can make a composite version work as long as the research itself is, is consistent. It's consistent and not inaccurate there, so but with Gar versus Toph there, I definitely feel like it was, in my personal opinion, like using composite versions of the characters there won't necessarily work out that much there, but my personal opinion there, Gar versus Toph there, but like 2 versions. I feel like people should do 2 different versions there. One with them as kids there, and one where they're grown adult and have more experience there. So, but even factoring in the composite there, but a lot of people took issue with the research Death Battle had there, and they ended up picking Toph to win there, mainly because of her ability to earthbend there different elements such as metal and earth damage to bend sand as well there. Now, if it was in her universe there, I do feel like that would be the case. But with Gar, it's a different story. There, he does have, he does control regular sand there. He also has his own special sand there, but they control it through the chakra key. I feel like Toph would have a hard time trying to take control away from Gar there. Because, I feel like he would have the edge with his chakra abilities there. Plus, Gar does have his special container of sand there, which is controlled by the spirit of his mother there. And that sand's controlled by the willpower of Gar's mother wanting to protect her son. And, well, Toph's powerful there. I don't think she will be... think she's strong enough to outpower the spirit of Gar's mother there, so... Plus, I have heard, there are people kind of debating about who's the stronger of the two in terms of strength and power there. And, while Toph's had her impressive feat of strength there, managed to hold up an entire mind there. I've heard some people make the argument Gar is the stronger there, the two, with feats such as, lifting up Madara's meteor attacks there for when the Shinobi Alliance took on Madara. Now, granted, I can't remember who, but one of the characters had used a special technique to cut the weight of the meteor cut by half there. Like Garman, even that, so that's some very short feat guard there. So he managed to stop the meteor right there, the first one at least, before so the first meteorite from dropping everybody. Well, that was before Madara used some of the second one there, but I'll just give him a point there. So. But probably the big thing people debated whether Toph was able to beat Gar there was if she would survive the sand technique. Now, the Dead Battles episode there, they had Toph survive the sand coffin by using her armor, her metal armor she had the fight there, but that I don't necessarily think that'll work very well there. In that case, I made the argument that that would probably be even worse for Toph there, as that armor would be more extra weight crushed down her body there, as Gar was capable. Gara showed time and time again in the Naruto series he is injured / killed people with the sand coffin technique there. But some of the big examples I named there for inside the shooting exam arc there was when Gar managed to kill another ninja there in the sand coffin there, and during his fight with Rock Lee there, he managed to break both Rock Lee's arm and one of Rock Lee's arms and legs there, and it took him out of action for a very long time there. So. Now, as for, entertainment value and the animation there, without the fight still still relatively well animated there, and it's still some entertaining episode there, but similar to other battles there, the research definitely outdated there, a bit. The research is, okay, mate. The research definitely very inaccurate there. And like I said before, when it comes to a versus battle like Gar versus Toph there, I feel like the only way to do it justice there is if people do two different versions there, one with Gar and Toph as kids, and the other with them as adults there, gain more experience and become more powerful. So. Anyway, and for my personal opinion, I feel like when it comes to fighting them as kids there, I definitely think Gar does have the edge over Toph there. However, them as adults there, I do feel like it'd be more even fight there. It'd be a bit more tricky to call up. I'll call a winner between Toph and Gar there. It's they managed to grow up and have more experience as fighters there. So. As for whether if I think Death Battle should revisit this episode here, well, what to, as something else did there, it hasn't relatively been anything new for the Avatar franchise since Legend of Korra ended there. However, the Naruto franchise has got a bit more expansion there, with the sequel series with Boruto there. Although I don't know how much of a difference it would make for Gaara and Boruto there at the end of the Naruto and Naruto there, so I do think the fight is worth revisiting sometime in the future there due to the blunders Death Battle made in the future there, but Death Battle, they have shown, a type of progression there, getting more accurate with the characters, how powerful they are there with Dragon Ball characters there. If they do, and to revisit this fight with Garf stuff, do feel like it will be a similar case there. And they decided to revisit the fight there. Everybody, that was the number 2. Now we're at number 1 here so... Everyone, I know I've been a little bit rambling with some of the fights there, but this will be short and sweet to the point here. My number 1 pick for the worst episode of Death Battle would have to go to Kuma versus Shang Tsung. Now, everyone, this is the oldest episode on the list hereby, so... I know this is the oldest episode on the list hereby, but looking back on there, it is definitely not aged very well. Entertainment value there, but I definitely think the episode is not as entertaining as compared to other ones that came out before then. And the fight animation, granted, this was Death Battle's earliest animation, at the beginning there, so it can be too hard than there, but the animation definitely lackluster compared to the stuff they do today there for the 2D fights. As for research there, I feel like the research itself's been very outdated there since it's been over 10 years since Death Battle released this episode there, but ever since then, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter have multiple games released since the episode got released there for Shang Tsung versus Akuma there. And both of them become more powerful since that episode Death Battle there, so I do feel like it should be worth revisiting sometime in the future there. So, Akuma has gotten stronger there, as managed to get a new transformation swords with Oni transformation there. Plus some Shang Tsung with the Mortal Kombat reboot there. The Mortal Kombat, the reboot there, 9, 11 there. He's definitely got more powerful himself. So, do think the fight's worth revisiting sometime in the future there. Yeah. Do think Death Battle, should definitely update that. Definitely update it since it's definitely the most outdated episode there. And definitely does not hold up very well, everyone. So, it was a pretty much easy pick for me to have this number 1 for the worst episode of Death Battle, everyone. So, yeah. Definitely like to see Death Battle revisit that fight sometime in the future there. So, yeah. Well, that pretty much wraps things up here for the top 5 worst episode of Death Battle, everybody. This was a bit of a lengthy video here, but you understand where I come from there. Break down the different issue of these fights here. But that being said, everyone, like I said before, Death Battle, majority of the time there, they have produced very entertaining episodes there, and are very accurate. I usually have a pretty good track record of being accurate with the research and the outcome of their different episodes there. And like I said beforehand there, while they definitely made some blunders in research there, I feel like they definitely see some progression in terms of how they do the research there, and they have been given more accurate information. The recurrence there does change the different outcomes of the fight there. So that's pretty much the main reason why I add these episodes there, because I feel like there's potential revisit there sometime in the future and stuff like that. But whether the Death Battle revisit them there, we'll have to wait to see. So. I'm pretty much wrapping things up for this video, everybody. This will conclude part 1 of my celebration videos for Death Battle City Anniversary. Second part, by where I'll be looking at the best episodes, everybody. So, my picks for the best top 5 best episodes of Death Battle there. So make sure I'll see for that. For this video, if you like what you saw here, make sure you hit the like button. If you do, hit the subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so we will miss any uploads. I'll see you all next time. This is our Bank Say out. Peace.